Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Omer.
I'm Trevor.
And this is
Graps.
Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday evening out there. Be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to go over to youtube.com/@OTGraps. We got a lot to cover today. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, good sir?
Besides
tired like I am.
It has been a long day. It's been a long life, and
that's just long.
It's been a long week of pro wrestling. There's so much to talk about. We're going to be breaking down the next week's episode of Dark Side of the Ring, which will cover Trevor's favorite wrestler of all time, the one, the only, Brutus the Barber
Man.
Beefcake. Going to be talking about some beefaroni. Also going to be talking about WWE partnering with GCW, TNA. Whole lot to talk about there. So much more stuff. Mercedes now in AEW. Some heat on Jack Perry, apparently. I don't know if you heard about this one. It was crazy.
I did, actually. Yeah.
This was crazy. I was like, yo, Jack Perry, like, Tony Khan don't like him? Is it a work? I don't know. We're going to discuss it. And whatever the hell else you guys want to talk about in the chat, y'all know what to do. Trevor.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to talk about first?
You know what? I mean, I know you're dying to talk about it, so let's talk about Monet.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Brutus Beefcake. I was like, who's dying to talk about it? Hulk Hogan, maybe, not me.
No one's dying to talk about that.
For sure. No, I mean, Mercedes Monet, of course, made her AEW debut at Big Business live in the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Mass.
Trevor, it was electric. I was there live, about 9,000 people in the building, good house for a Dynamite especially, and it was electric. She said when she came out, she said, I feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it felt like the rafters were coming unglued when she was coming out. She's got that little CEO chant, the presentation.
Yep, she definitely did.
Presentation is wonderful. Her own, like, she's the singer on her own theme song, which is dope.
That's awesome.
Trevor, Mercedes is all elite. What do you think?
Well, good for everyone involved. Let's just hope this helps them bolster and want to do something to that women's division. Because when you have a star like her, you have to do something to, to make it be known, make it be seen. She didn't come there just to sit behind the scenes and have not so great matches and not great stories. She came there to be a champion. She will be, but they have to do it right.
Well, they're playing up the thing between herself and Willow Nightingale. What do you think about that?
I thought that was pretty cool because wasn't that her last match before she got hurt? So I thought that was pretty cool to do it that way. I mean, there is mutual respect there, of course, but you gotta be saying to yourself, she's on get backs. You know what I mean? She owes her one. So I think that's a great way to introduce her.
Man, Willow and Mercedes would be a good match for Dynasty.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. It was a good match when they wrestled before. I mean, Willow's just good in the ring, honestly, and she's able to wrestle with no matter who she's in the ring with, too. She matches pretty well with most people.
She had a great match with Riho, even though I know that the other boys I was watching the event with do not agree. They're not fans of Riho.
Yeah, I heard that, and I don't understand why, honestly.
they're WWE fans. They don't understand wrestling.
Are they really?
I'm just kidding. No. Kenny is not a WWE fan.
I didn't think he was. That's what I was like. I didn't think
I'm just. Look. I'm not trying to. It's jokes.
Oh,
it's
of course.
jokes.
I know. I just didn't.
The wrestling
like,
tribalism.
He's not a fan of
don't
the WWE.
But no, Riho, I think, is an amazing wrestler. I thought that herself and Willow had a great match, and I think that Mercedes would be a really good first opponent. You have that built-in storyline of who was the person that got Mercedes injured, or who was the person that was the last person to wrestle her before she got injured. It was Willow, who's the person that took that New Japan women's title away from. It was Willow. There's a lot of story to be told there, so I think that it's an easy feud to do. Go right into it. You can play into the stuff with potentially Chris Statlander as well, and that could be like a spin-off feud, or a feud you do, or a match you do, like to be Mercedes' first match back. Like that could be awesome with her and Chris Statlander. Excuse me. So absolutely. A lot of different places you could go with this. Either way, I love it. Absolutely awesome. I thought she felt like a star. Like everything was so great.
She looked like a star, and that's what you want. You want her to look strong. You want her to look powerful. I mean, you're brought in for a reason, right?
Absolutely. And from the sound of it, like it looks like AEW outbid WWE for her too, and some other free agents. They just offered more money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is just my point of view on it, but I think she might be getting tired of WWE.
I mean, she did say that she would go back.
Yeah, I've heard her say that before too. Yeah,
no, but she said that like a day, 2 days before she went to AEW.
Okay, yeah.
And reportedly, again, reports pinch of salt, but reportedly it rubbed some people the wrong way backstage.
Really?
So Mercedes coming in with the heat.
How long do you think she stays at AEW?
She got a 3-year contract.
I mean,
from what I hear.
Punk had a 3-year contract.
Punk had a lot of things. Patience was not one of them. But Mercedes is. I think Mercedes is there. She's there.
I think so. Yeah. I think they're gonna hopefully use her the right way.
When do you put the belt on her, though? That's the real question.
I don't think you jump the gun. I think you have to take your time with that. I don't think you jump the gun with it, because honestly, she can come in and get a belt right off back. Some people will love it, most people hate it, but she's that good. But I say you build a feud with her, and if you're gonna keep what's her name is the Tony Storm is the champion. God, I swear I'm old. If you're gonna keep saying Tony Storm is the champion, I say you build that feud up. You take your time with it. Don't rush it, because it can be great if you don't rush it. But I feel if you rush it, it's gonna ruin it.
Look, I might be biased because I'm a maniac apparently, because I'm going to Dynasty. I was like telling people like Dynasty is my WrestleMania.
Where is Dynasty gonna be?
It's like out in like Missouri.
Okay.
Missouri. But like, but I was like, because I was like telling some friends, I was like, like they asked me, like, "Oh, you excited for Mania?" I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm gonna see The Rock. Like, it's gonna be my dad's first WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, you're actually going.
Yeah. I'm gonna be going night one. Night one is the only night I'm going. I'm not doing I can't do both nights. It would just be sleepy. But yeah, I'm going to night one. I'm gonna go with my dad. Like, my dad and I have never, like, we've gone to wrestling shows before, but like, like we watched WrestleMania together a million times. We've never been to one. He's never been to one. And
is this your first one? Oh, you've been to many before.
Yeah, this would be my first one. But like, I'm really hyped to like be able to like go with my dad though. Like that's gonna be a moment.
Yeah,
and my brother.
Dude, I can only imagine, dude. I mean, I'm happy for you and your dad. I'm fortunate, never had the pleasure. But
I will say this. If any of, including you, Trevor, if anyone plans to go to WrestleMania, don't buy your tickets until the day of.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right. You're
Right
absolutely
now,
right.
Trevor, I haven't bought tickets, and I don't plan to buy tickets till the day of. Like I'm gonna be on my
No,
way to Philly, and I'm gonna be like, okay, all right,
yeah.
cool. We're gonna
Like
snag some
the thing
deals.
is, if and a lot of people who work at arenas will tell you this, especially for big events like this. If you do that, 9 times out of 10, you will get a cheaper ticket. There are times where that has backfired because what most events will do, they will release a certain amount of tickets
Mm.
and keep the rest, pretty much close to the close quarters, and they won't release all of them all at once because they want to gauge how it's going to sell. And if it sells like they think they sell, then they release all those other tickets. So 9 times out of 10, you'll find a good seat for a good price
Hey,
on
bro.
first day.
Hey, bro. It's 59,000 tickets sold for this thing.
Hmm. And that place sits more than 59 people.
But
59
it's
plus.
set up for. It's right now. It's like set up for 61. Like, yeah, 61. Yeah, like I'll get. I ain't worried, bro. It's wrestling. I
I'm
don't
telling you, the walk ups are going to be most of that.
For sure. Like, and that's the thing. Like, who was I was like, there was another like person I was talking to who was like, yeah, like I walked up for WrestleMania like 2 years ago whenever it was in Dallas. Like, yeah, I walked up, got like lower bowl tickets for like 250,
Yep.
and that's like a really good deal for
But
WrestleMania.
and that's the thing. I was about to say that's the thing though. You're gonna pay some money.
Oh yeah. Like
You're gonna. I'm not talking like maybe $80, $100. No, I'm talking about like 200, possibly three. Like,
hey man, what did the Rock or what was the tagline for the Rock versus Cena the first time? Once in a lifetime, baby.
yeah,
Once in a
yeah.
lifetime. I ain't going back. I ain't
No,
going back.
no.
I will
This
say,
is my this is my my 40th birthday this year, and so I was thinking about going because it's 40. But as you know, and the people soon will know, I have a lot going on this year where I can't, spend a whole lot of money.
look what I'm doing though. The four. Like, you gotta do the good old. Oh, sorry. So we're not doing the Four Horsemen. We're doing the Fortune Four. You remember TNA's bootleg version
Oh, the
of the
Fortune
Four Horsemen?
4.
The
Jesus.
Fortune Four. Their theme. It was like they did this instead of the. This. I was like,
Yeah,
yo, what
it
is
was
this?
so bad.
It was
That
the
was so
most
bad.
TNA thing ever, and like their theme song, Trevor. Their theme song was so bad. It was like the Fortune Four.
Yeah, I do remember Fortune 4, yeah.
The Fortune Four. It's just on repeat. Nothing
You know
else.
what's funny? This is probably a great segue into the next segment
Go for it.
for the to talk about WWE's involvement with TNA and GCW.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want me to? Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought you were gonna lead on that.
Oh no, I know about it, but I don't know all of it. So
Let's talk about it. All right. WWE is working. Trevor, it's crazy. WWE has opened up the forbidden door. They are working with other promotions. AEW ain't one of them, but they are working with other promotions. They're going to be having WWE talent appear at the GCW Bloodsport show, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport during WrestleMania weekend, Thursday night. Shayna Baszler will be in action at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, a historic moment in the Triple H era, because under Vince McMahon, this was rare. In the past 20 years, it had rarely ever happened. But under Triple H, we've seen Nakamura go and do stuff in Noah for obviously for the Great Muta's last run. We saw Triple H, even when he was in NXT, when he was the head of NXT, he went to a Progress show. Like there's a lot of stuff that I think is now possible with Triple H at the helm of WWE. But first of all, Shayna Baszler going to be at GCW Bloodsport. What are your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, if anybody, you picked the right one. Like Shayna just likes to fight. It just really does, and And it's gonna be really interesting to see how her style translates to that type of wrestling. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a a death match or not, but it's gonna to see her in that atmosphere. It's gonna be fun to watch. Those blood sport matches are fun.
Yeah. For people's awareness, so Bloodsport is basically like an MMA like style
Yep.
of wrestling. Like think Raw Underground, but way better and actually
But
good.
good. Yeah,
Actually good, yeah.
but good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, what's his name? Moxley has done it.
Hey, Moxley. Yep, he wrestled Josh Barnett at Bloodsport. I mean, there's a lot of that's a fun show. That's a very fun show.
It really is.
And
James Barnett can actually wrestle pretty well.
You
Actually,
said Jim Cornette.
I said Josh Barnett.
I was like, Jim Cornette can wrestle. You damn right I can. I know
what. He can wrestle French fries.
Keep your damn Orange Cassidy, orange juice, apple juice, all that crap to yourself, feller. This is how we get down in Kentucky.
Yes. It's fun it's gonna be fun to watch, honestly. And it's also makes you wonder what's next for that, like because there's some talent on TNA that I would love to see in WWE.
Well, you want to talk about TNA talent versus WWE talent? Let's talk about it. First, there was Jordan Grace, who obviously appeared at the Royal Rumble earlier this year.
Yep.
And now we got Masha Slamovich, who will be the opponent for Shayna Baszler, opening up that forbidden door even a little bit more. And Trevor, you know what the best part is? Full card for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport has been announced. I don't know if there's a non-compete with AEW and stuff like that, like with WWE talent gonna be in there. But it would be a wild time if you had WWE, AEW, TNA talent all on a GCW show at the same night.
Oh my God. Yeah, it would. I mean, well, with some of their contracts, they're allowed to do that on AEW. It's similar to the contracts they had back in like WCW, where like you had a hard contract with WCW, but you also had agreements with other like federations, like especially like New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, like it's interesting. Like that would be interesting as hell, because it's very possible that can happen too. You forgot Mickey James was in the Royal Rumble 2 years ago?
Yeah, Mickey James. So I mean, WWE has history of like a recent history, I should say, working with Impact / TNA. I mean, the question on my mind is like, did WWE, make GCW agree to like some sort of non-compete where, AEW, active AEW talent are not allowed on the show? Because I could see that happening.
I mean, I could too. But I mean, maybe not so much with the TKO regime, but
nah, bro, that TKO regime's like AEW. You mean TKO in 3 years? Money. All lawsuits. Oh, more money.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. Honestly, I'm more excited about that than WrestleMania, if that makes sense.
That's crazy. I mean, like, look, I know I said that Dynasty is my WrestleMania because, like, look. Let me just, Trevor, let me talk to you real quick.
Please do.
AEW Dynasty. I'm really excited about this.
I have not seen the card for this yet.
You know the main match on this card.
Of course, you're Messiah.
Brian. Whoa! First of all, I know only one God whose name is Allah.
Wrestling Messiah.
All right, let's calm down here. It is Ramadan. I am not going to bear any false witness. But what I will say is Bryan Danielson is the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk God's green earth.
We're going to hear that a lot.
You will, because I will beat it into you. But you got Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, 1-on-1. Just beautiful.
Can't wait for that. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm
All right.
actually a Will fan. I like them both, but I like my boy
Hey man,
Will.
keep your
This
Cody
gonna be,
crybabies. Keep your Hollywood Rocks. Give me that every day of the week. I'm
that's
good.
gonna be a great match, dude. Oh God, it's gonna be great.
Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Title in what will likely be Swerve's crowning moment.
It definitely could be. I think it is going to be. Uh,
You could have a pay-per-view that's going to end with the crowning of new tag team champions in what I assume are going to be the Young Bucks and one of these
yeah.
other teams in the tournament. We could get a Young Bucks FTR and a good version of that. Trevor, and then let's not even think Mercedes Monet's first AEW pay-per-view match.
Which is probably gonna be Willow.
Well, give me Willow, give me Toni Storm. Have her win the belt and just do it. Just do it. Like, give her DMD, give her whatever. But then, Trevor, we're talking about Adam Copeland in action, likely as the TNT champion.
Yeah.
Trevor, we're talking about Roddy Strong and the Kingdom doing whatever they're gonna be doing on that show.
Because who's the international champion? It's Roddy, isn't it?
It's Roddy, the Kingdom. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, again, there are matches on WrestleMania I'm really hyped for. Like, Rhea versus Becky is a match I'm super hyped for.
Yeah, I really am kind of hyped for that one. That one's going to be a good one.
Sammy Gunther with some potential Chad Gabling in there. Let's go.
That should be good. That should be a good one. The tag team match should be good.
Oh, the one with The Rock?
No, not that one.
Oh, which one? Oh, you mean the DIY, like whatever they're doing there?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that could be cool. Man, Johnny Gargano. What are your thoughts on what they've done to my boy?
Have no words.
This ain't gonna get him now.
I love Johnny
Gargano, but bury him now. This rebel heart.
I hate what they're doing with Chad Gable. I mean, I get it that Gunther and Chad have wrestled. He's lost. I get it. But, like, come on. You're missing an opportunity. Put a belt on the man.
Bro, if Chad Gable wins that belt, freaking out. Be great.
Be the loudest person in the room.
Well, look, hey, man. Dynasty, better than WrestleMania. Fight me, Internet.
Fight me, Internet.
We got Robert.
I mean, it's got better matches.
Hell yeah. We got Robert in the chat saying, I see Rock and Cody. The more I see Rock and Cody shoot promo, I want to see Rock versus Cody, not a tag team match. There's a lot of people who are saying that. What's up, CC?
Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
A lot of people saying, like, hey, forget Roman. What do you think about this? Is Roman an afterthought in this feud?
You know what? I didn't think so at first, but I'm starting to think he is, honestly. And it's funny because, like, he has such a presence. Of course, what he's done, no other wrestler has done besides a handful of people. Like, you wouldn't think so, but I honestly think he's taking a back seat toward The Rock. Even with the whole making The Rock acknowledge him and type whatever, I feel like he's taking a back seat to him.
Hey, bro, he ain't doing this.
And, like, because the thing is, he's going to turn him. We all know that's going to happen. It's going to happen. When it's going to happen is the question.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you. Night one, him and Roman are going to lose.
Yep.
And The Rock's going to be like, boy, you wasn't all that. Hey, the tribal chief. You ain't all that.
And it's going to start their feud.
Robert in the chat says Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross, Rey Mysterio versus Santos, ice cold. One could call him Santos Escobar. Oh, no. I like Santos Escobar. But however, that Rey Mysterio Escobar feud is like months past its expiration date.
Exactly. It's time to do something else, honestly.
That's the other thing. I'm so happy to see Drew. Drew has been putting in the work online.
Yeah.
Bro, he's so good at trolling. Like, hold on, let me see if I can pull up this one tweet he put out recently, because like he's just been trolling the hell out of CM Punk, and it's so funny.
Rock online is hilarious. First off, if you have not seen Rock shoot promos on Cody on the X or Instagram, it's the funniest thing.
Hold up, let me see.
No, the bigger picture is not Cody Rhodes, it's not Roman Reigns, it's not Seth Rollins, it's not Drew McIntyre. The bigger picture is The Rock.
Oh, that's not it. Hold up.
No.
Oh, no. Drew is funny. He posted a gif of the crying CM Punk guy.
Oh, wow.
He's funny. He's like, CM Punk is back. Yippee. He's funny. I want to see Drew win so bad right now.
I do too. Like, question. Well, I know we're segueing to something else, but
no, go for it.
Question for you: do you think that because like it kind of seemed like it last night? Do you think they're portraying Seth in a heel light to a degree for this particular feud?
I think that Seth is in a promo with The Rock. Okay, he's in a he's in a program, I should say, where he is the fourth guy.
Right. Well, I'm talking about with him and Drew McIntyre,
who has more interesting stuff to say.
True. He does. I mean, you're right. I'm just
who's gonna say like it is a product of the storyline, and then the storyline it just has Drew being the cooler one. Because what is Rollins really doing? He's like, I'm the champion. I was injured. Now I'm not. Like, he's not really doing anything.
Not really. No, he's saying a bunch of stuff, but nothing substantial.
Drew's out here talking about destiny, family, like
right.
Like,
Drew is pretty much leading this promo. Like he's like, and it's one of those things where you know he's got the belt's going to change hands. It has to.
To Robert's point, do you think it's going to overshadow Seth versus Drew? The tag team match, that is.
I think it could, honestly.
I mean, it
could. Yeah. I think that's no one's really talking. To be quite honest, I think it's overshadowing Cody versus Roman, honestly.
Adrenaline and resolve. I'm not going to win the belt. I'm Cody Rhodes. I don't know where I was going with that, Trevor. I'm not going to win anything.
Another thing, I was thinking, what if that was a swerve? What if that actually happened?
Oh, if Cody lost at Mania?
Yeah.
You will have a lot of Cody crybabies very upset. I would honestly...
I have a gut feeling that might happen.
I'd be very upset if Cody lost, though.
Me too, but I have a gut feeling that something weird is going to happen. And
that would be wild, bro. Like, what do you even do? What do you even do with Roman?
Like, you let The Rock come in and take care of. No, I mean,
that would be the most Vince McMahon thing that Triple H could do. That is Vince McMahon ass booking right there. Oh, we're gonna tell the story. And Cody's gonna lose twice. And we're gonna have The Rock win. And then when The Rock's gonna go over on everyone, he's gonna beat LA Knight. Who's that other guy they love? Who is it? What's his name? Drew McIntyre. He's done. Buried. CM Punk. Why do you think we brought him back? Like, it's like Triple H would be on the biggest Vince McMahon dare in the world if that was the case.
This is hilarious.
I can't. That would be insane, Trevor. Like,
it would be. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, honestly.
Roman winning another match at WrestleMania and everyone hating it. Like, come on, bro. Oh, Trevor. Like, if we're being realistic, right? Every WrestleMania main event that Roman has had, there has been one with a satisfying ending. Or sorry, two. I mean, two if you want to count. Actually, two with a satisfying ending. One was the first one that he had with Seth Rollins saving it. Otherwise, it would have been a dud, right?
Yeah.
And the other one was the triple threat with Bryan Danielson and Edge.
That was a really good
It's a
match.
great main event. And
Really good
it was
match.
something Roman needed at the time.
Yep.
Did he necessarily need it 4 other times after that? I don't know. But ooh, buddy. Oh, buddy. This is
yeah.
not good. If Cody loses again, I don't know what you do.
I don't know what you can do, honestly. I mean, because let's just be honest. I think you've deaded any momentum uh LA Knight has had. Um you you drop the belt off Gunther, which is probably going to happen, which is another person that could vie for the belt and another person who could potentially beat Roman Reigns, but you're not going to do that because that doesn't make sense to you. Um, there's a few things that you could do, but it wouldn't make sense to not let Cody win.
Well, it's okay, Trav, because you know who's gonna win?
What?
Blue Kane versus Matt Cardona. He's gonna beat the living crap out of Matt Cardona.
Oh, that's right. He is doing this match.
It's finally happening. We've been talking about this for a minute. Blue Kane versus your boy Matt Cardona. The irresistible force versus the very movable jabroni object. It's gonna be amazing.
You were dying for that one. I know you were.
I would watch this. Actually, I might watch this alongside Supercard of Honor. Like, they're happening the same night, but I'm just like, oh man, this is hilarious. That's gotta be Blue Kane. It's gotta be Blue Kane.
Joey Janela. Oh my god,
bro! Joey Janela spring break. Shout out to Joey Janela. His spring, bro, man. It's the time.
Man, I love Joey though. I do.
You know who else you love?
Who would I love?
Your favorite wrestler in the world, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, that guy.
Well, Trevor, another week, another edition of Dark Side of the Ring, and the next episode will be about the life, career, times, and a whole lot of other stuff to do with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, otherwise known as the Booty Man, otherwise known as the Zodiac, otherwise known as the Disciple.
Oh,
so
God.
many names, so little time.
I forgot this guy. Well, I didn't know at first who the Disciple was. And when I really found out who it was, I was like impossible. Can't be him.
It is the single...
He was jacked, dude. Oh, he was jacked.
He was banging every steroid known to man.
Oh, known to man. In every orifice.
Like I said, man, like, you know, Triple H is HHH, or this dude, HGH. Like, it was crazy. But...
It was insane.
But my God, like, I've never seen a wrestling transformation from, like...
Right.
It was completely unrecognizable. And he was doing, but the funniest thing was, Trev, he was doing exactly what he's done his entire career, which is like, Hogan, yeah, Hulk.
Yeah.
We love you, Hulk.
That's it.
Okay, obviously, a lot to get into with his career, his life, his very hard times, Daddy. What was your favorite Brutus the Barber Beefcake persona?
Oh man. I mean, so after Brutus and like the Disciple, honestly, he didn't really display that much wrestling ability in either. Like, I mean, the Zodiac was just fun. It was the Zodiac was just fun. It was completely unhinged. Completely unhinged. I mean, Booty Man was downright he might get arrested for it. But like Zodiac was a lot of fun. I'll say Zodiac probably was a lot of fun.
I mean, there is, you know what my favorite Beyonce song is? That's the best way to describe this. He's irreplaceable. Because yo,
that guy could not have been the Disciple. Like, you're just looking at, that's not him.
Trevor, you know the wildest thing about all of this? The wildest thing? this dude main evented Starrcade.
Yep.
This main evented Starrcade.
The Zodiac.
Look at that. So Trevor, fill me in on who Brutus the Barber Beefcake was in WWE though.
So what's funny is I was, I'm a action figure guy. I like my action figures, especially my wrestling action figures. And I was looking at the new series of wrestling, WWE, and they got Bray Wyatt coming out, a couple of other good ones. And so you know how some action figures come with pieces to build a character? I kid you not. You get all of these people, they build the Disciple.
What?
Yeah, if you get all the action figures within that series, they have pieces to build the Disciple.
Was it like an NWO series?
It's the Monday Night Wars one, if I'm not mistaken, actually. So yeah, it's not Bray Wyatt in this one, but it's the Monday Night Wars one, if I'm not mistaken.
That is a funny ass moment. Can you imagine putting that stuff together and be like, that's beefcake? Yo, that's crazy.
It's so crazy. But for those of you who are not aware of the Brutus the Barber, the Beefcake.
Okay, Iron Sheik. The Brutus the Barber, the Beefcake. Make him humble, put him in the Hamel club. You're no good, jabroni.
He was something else. All jokes aside, he was a hell of an athlete. He really was. Him and Greg the Hammer Valentine had a tag team together, if I'm not mistaken, and they were actually good. And to me, it's crazy to even say because I never thought Greg the Hammer Valentine was entertaining, but they were very good together, and crowds loved them. They were a great tag team. They decided to split them up, and you saw the deficiencies. Right then and there, they complement each other very well, and they tagged for years. But once they split up, like I said, you saw the deficiencies. Like back deficiencies. Absolutely. Back then in wrestling, like gimmicks like being a barber, being a dentist,
a beefcake,
being a lot of different things was a gimmick. Like you had Duke the Dumpster Grocery, you had Brooklyn Brawler, who was just a guy who liked Yankees and fought. That's pretty much his gimmick. But like
the Bastion Brutus Booger, don't forget about a good old Bastion Booger.
Oh yeah, but Brutus just never really. I know people would probably disagree with me, but Booker, he never really amounted to much. Like he was never really. He was nothing more than a mid-carder, if that. Like,
I'll have you know, Hall of Famer, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. All right, Hall of Famer.
Hey.
Okay, answer me this. Is he the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the Hall of Fame?
Damn, who else could you throw in there, though?
There's one. I don't want to be mean. But if we're being okay, for me, the bottom of the barrel is like Coco Beware.
And you know what? I think... And that's not his fault either, though.
It's not.
That's not his fault. Like, because they did not market that man. That man could wrestle. Like, they did not market that man well at all.
I will say, Bruce the Barber Beefcake, in my opinion, is too big of a meme not to have him in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely. like I love them, but the Bushwhackers could probably be considered.
This is hilarious.
He just looks stoned.
It was the 90s in pro wrestling. He probably was, bro. True. He probably was. Like,
I love the Bushwhackers, but they could probably be considered bottom of the barrel too. They were fun to watch, but they were the Bushwhackers.
It's absolutely insane. Well, the other thing is, like, he obviously was very famous for the barbershop one of segments that he would have.
The greatest heel turns, one of, in some people's opinions, happened on his show. Greatest heel turn happened.
What was that heel turn?
Oh, hey, it may not have been heel turn, but between Sean and Marty Jannetty, like, that was the breakup of the Rockers was a big to do back then, and it was on his show. Like, he had a show just like Roddy Piper did, and he was a personality, but like it was more. It was more so like he's there. Okay, like he's interesting. He has these big gardening shears that he walks around with. Cool, but like he just never really caught on for me. I never really liked him that much.
You know what my favorite barbershop segment was? It wasn't like I know everyone talks about the Marty one. Everyone talks about like Sean Marty, like, oh wow, Sean, wow, oh my God.
Wow.
Right here in Texas. like I know everyone talks about that one. But for me, bro, and it's like hands down, he did a segment in the lead up to Mania 8 with Sid Justice.
Oh yeah.
Where Sid takes like a steel chair and he starts destroying the barbershop set. And like he hits like a thing of like shaving cream and it just
explodes.
Gets him right in the face. And he's just like bumbling around like a madman. Like with his pro, like, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan, you don't know what you're talking. I have the brains that you do. Like it is iconic.
It's funny,
and it's
that man has had more personality, more like names in wrestling. Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid,
and it's all thanks to this wonderful. But a round of applause. I guess, I mean, like, the big question, right, is what do you think Brutus the Barber Beefcake's legacy is going to be?
Honestly, to be honest, I think he messed up a lot of his legacy himself, and I'm sure a lot of people would definitely agree with me on that. But I think if you're talking about like just pure, what am I going to remember about Brutus? You're going to remember the barbershop. You're going to remember his larger than life personality, I guess, even though it wasn't all his.
You're going to remember this.
You're definitely going to remember Zodiac. You're definitely going to remember Zodiac. But if you're more about just skills, you're going to remember him for his tag team wrestling. Because, like I said, he was damn good, actually. Him and Grant Hammer were very good together. So, I mean, it depends on what you like, what type of wrestling you like, and what you like in wrestling.
You know what I'm going to remember him for? And I think this is actually his legacy amongst most wrestling fans. It is the fact that he is Hulk Hogan's best friend, or he was Hulk Hogan's best friend.
Yeah. And it was plain to see that he was Hulk Hogan's best friend.
It was. He's got the red, white, and blue going through it. It is insane that Brutus Beefcake did not get.
He was almost his lackey, actually.
He was his sidekick. He's like his butler. You know, that's why he always had him in black.
He was a bad Robin.
No. He was a bootleg Alfred, is what he was. All right, it was bootleg Alfred.
Yes, Mr. Hogan. Yes.
Hello, Master Wayne. Hello, Master Bolea. Please, sir, may I have some more?
I don't think it's gonna work, but I'll listen to you.
It ain't gonna work for me, brother. This Hulk Hogan's been saying that for a while. The other thing, like, what I'm most interested to see in this documentary, though, is like there's so many things to cover, like his accident, right? The paragliding accident that left him like his face like apparently like caved in or whatever. I'm sure they're going to discuss that. I'm sure they're going to discuss, you know, his substance abuse history, which is unfortunate for being all serious. You know, they're going to talk about how that kind of like probably led to him not getting any more wrestling dates. And I'm sure someone's going to bring up Hulk Hogan. They have to.
Oh, Hulk Hogan might bring up Hulk Hogan.
Linda Hogan did bring up Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake once.
Oh yeah.
There was she had some interesting thoughts about their friendship.
A lot of people have. The Brian Knobbs, who was very close to I hate that's his name, yes. Very close to Hogan, has said something about that relationship as well.
Mr. Knobbs. Mr. Knobbs, please come pick up your son. Mr. Knobbs. I'm looking for a Dr. Knobbs.
That's a very unfortunate name.
TNA.
Can you imagine if you were a proctologist named Dr. Knobbs?
Dr. Knobs, please report. Tag team champions. TNA tag team champions. PWI 1995 Wrestling Tag Team of the Year, the Nasty Boys.
Yes. Nasty Boys.
Bill Apter, I love you. You belong in the WWE Hall of Fame one day. But my God, what were you thinking, my guy?
Dude.
How big was that check, Bill Apter? Let's be honest. How big was that check from WCW?
Had to be, dude. Good Lord.
I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
Would you rather take Pity City, which is like when Knobs gets his shoulder up and then you drive your face in there for a few seconds, or would you rather get licked by the Bushwhackers?
Oh God. I'm gonna go Pity City though.
I gotta go Pity City.
You gotta go Pity City.
Now the unfortunate question that I'm gonna ask you. It's even worse.
Oh dear.
Stinkface from Rikishi.
Oh dear.
And I'm talking about back in the day when he was wearing a thong.
Oh Lord.
Because now he'd be wearing he's wearing like a nappy now. Like he's like got a diaper on.
God bless him.
God bless him. But like I'm talking about back then. Or we taking the Bushwhackers.
Damn. I hate being licked.
It's a difficult one, my guy. It's a very difficult decision to make.
I might get licked. I might
get licked, he says.
Right.
You know, I couldn't get licked. No, give me Rikishi.
Because see, here's my thing. As long as he ain't been eating tacos that night.
I'll be like, you remember Rico? Remember Rico when he took the stink face and he had lip gloss? He was like,
oh yeah.
I'd be like, yo, compared to getting licked, nah, let's go.
Yeah, I did remember Rico.
You look so good, me. Shout out to Rico Cosentino.
Exactly.
Last thing I want to get your thoughts on before I know I gotta head out in like literally a second. So thank you for bearing with me on this quick show.
Absolutely.
But last thing I want to get your thoughts on, Trevor, because I marked out when I heard about this. But Bryan Daniels, Tony Khan is a sick, sadistic freak, as The Rock likes to say.
You sick
Trevor. On Friday night, I'm like scrolling through Twitter, I'm doing whatever, and I like see, it's like on Collision, we're gonna have Kazuya Shibata versus Bryan Danielson. Let's go! From Tony Khan on his Twitter. And I'm sitting here like I had plans on Saturday night, Trevor. That were swiftly canceled in order to watch this live.
Dude.
Sick, sadistic man that is Tony Khan.
He's a sick genius, he is.
I was in awe. Like I was like, this is a a pay-per-view main event level match that you're just giving to me. I think, in a lot of ways, it speaks to the depth of AEW's roster.
Right.
So my final question, Trevor, for you. Does AEW have the best roster in wrestling history right now? And I know it's like think about it, because this is the discourse that's going on online. Like, is this the best roster in the history of wrestling history?
That's a great question. It's a tough one to answer too, but it's a great question because I mean you got to think about exactly who they have on their roster, and their roster is stacked first off, and they have access to some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. The only other roster that I think, well, actually I can't say that because one time WWE had one of the best rosters too, but they didn't have endless access to certain wrestlers. They had limits on their roster. They do not. I won't say it's the greatest of all time, but I will say it's one of the greatest I've seen in recent years. It's one of the greatest ones I've seen in maybe a decade. but it's close. It's very close to being one of the best of all time.
I agree with you. I don't think it's the greatest. In-ring wise, it is the greatest, I think.
Yes, yeah.
In-ring wise.
Product wise, it definitely is.
I still think the best roster that has ever been put together was the one WWE had right after WCW went over, like 2002 to 2003. That's when they had, like, they had all their established stars. They had Rock, Stone Cold, they had Triple H, like all these guys. Then they brought in Booker T.
They had guys like that.
They brought in, like, they had Angle. They brought in Booker T. They brought in Goldberg. They brought in Hogan. They brought in Nash. They brought in Hall. Like, and then they had Benoit. They had Guerrero. They had Malenko. They were bringing in Rey Mysterio. Like, it was heat. Now, did they live up to that fruition? No, but
no.
It was
no.
It was like the single greatest roster because they won. They won that Monday Night War, and it was crazy.
Dude, that was a damn good roster too. Like, it really was. Like, because they had all of them. Like, I think, like, before WCW and WWE joined, before WCW went out of business, they had a pretty good roster too. And they had a lot of young. They have a decent roster, but they had a lot of young talent that grew up. But, like, just all in all, they weren't. It makes you wonder, like, how they ever competed with WWE at the time, because their roster wasn't the greatest, but it was decent.
Just give me a second here. Let me just get this right for you. Yeah. What was that you were saying about a great roster in 2001?
Dude, you can't say just because of him the roster was terrible.
Hey, man, to quote President Barack Obama, yes, we can.
Can't drink water when you do that.
Nectar of the gods and nectar of the jobbers, right here.
He was awful.
He is awful. He was. Hold up. What did he say? He said something that I never respond to him on X or on Twitter. He said something so wild that I was like, that even I had to get in there, and I had to get my shit off because I was like, oh nah, bro, you did not just. Let me see. Where is it? He definitely said it. That is right. He said it. I know he said it. I did. Come on. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, hold up. Let me see if I'm going to try to screenshot this real quick and pull it up because this is important, Trevor. I need the people to know where I stood on this because this dude was on some BS. He was wilding out on some Nick Cannon stuff, and I'm not talking about having 80 kids or whatever, but he was still wild as all hell. Oh yeah, here we go. Because, oh man, I'm so mad. Like, you already know how I feel about Disco Inferno.
Of course.
I'm not.
You're supposed to feel that way about Disco Inferno.
I'm not one to call people out explicitly. Like, I will joke around as we all do. Like, we'll joke around a little bit. We'll have fun. It's all in good fun. No one's actually trying to get anyone's feelings hurt. But Trevor,
this is you I don't care about.
Trevor, this man he took a step too far. You know why?
Why?
Because he came after greatness. This man came after the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Look at this, Trevor. Glenn Gilberti tweets out, sitting Indian style across your opponent and trading half-ass slaps to the neck and is not excellent professional wrestling. Anyone with common sense agrees. Calling out Katsuyori Shibata versus wrestling's greatest achievement, Bryan Danielson.
Who have you ever wrestled, sir? Who?
And I hit him back.
Ever wrestle?
Trevor, I had to hit him back, though. I was like, imagine thinking you know what excellent pro wrestling is better than Bryan Danielson. You mark. I don't care. I wrestled for 30. You mark, bro. If you're telling me that you know professional wrestling better than Bryan Danielson, Glenn Gilberti,
he doesn't know better than Alex Wright.
Hey, man, no, that's Wunderkind. We love Das Wunderkind.
Exactly. Like, that's my boy. I love Alex Wright, but come on, dude.
Nah, man, I was heated. I'm still heated. Man. Cause like and people they're gonna watch this and be like, oh, look at this little Mark freaking out or whatever. I'm like, bro, if you don't get
some new indie wrestlers that can wrestle circles about Mr. Glenn Gilberti.
It's fine. And here's the thing, right? In all seriousness, if you genuinely don't like it, that's totally fine. Some stuff isn't gonna be with you. When you not only say that it lacks common sense, anyone with common sense either, bro, you're just trying to get clicks and clout. That's all it is.
Exactly. You're just trying to get clout now.
It's him and Russo, bro. That's all they do now. They're bro. Here's what you do, bro. You get the world title, bro, and you put it on Tank Abbott. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, that was the greatest idea anyone's ever had.
Like, I swear, out of touch, old heads don't know a damn thing about professional wrestling that bit him in the ass. And
dude, he barely knew when he was in wrestling.
And I'm not gonna, here's the thing. I'm not gonna come after him for his own wrestling days because he wrestled and he worked his butt off to get to where he was.
I'm not even talking about Disco Inferno. I'm talking about Vince Russo.
Oh, we're talking about Vince Russo. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Bro.
Vince Russo is one of the most irritating human beings to me in life, besides Sean Whitman. Like, I can't. Like, someone literally told me that Vince Russo ran the company better than Tony Khan.
Who told you these lies?
One of my so-called friends who knows wrestling, and I'm looking at him and like, are you out of your freaking mind?
Okay, when Tony Khan, like, because this is a serious thing, Trevor. People want to talk about how Vince Russo's better than Tony Khan or all this crap. That's fine. You know what? You can have your opinions, no matter how wrong they may be.
Exactly.
And I will not disparage you. I will not come at you. Because an opinion's an opinion, and everyone, at the end of the day, we're here to love pro wrestling. Like that's great. That's what we're here to do.
Like one of my favorite sayings: opinions like buttholes. Everyone has one.
Exactly. It's great. But Trevor, the day that Tony Khan does what Vince Russo did with WCW, the day that, hold up, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna try to pull it up. The day that he does, God, where is it? No, Trevor, I'm trying to end the show, but I hate Vince Russo, Trevor. Now I'm on.
I can't stand him. I
found it.
Can't stand Disco Inferno either.
The day that this man gives himself the world title, Trevor, I will agree with that statement. The day that Tony Khan books himself to win the world championship, I'll agree with Vince Russo.
Exactly.
Until that day, talk about wrestling on your podcast, but stop saying the cap. Stop with the cap, bro. You had
Vince was not good. Vince was what was wrong with pro wrestling.
You had what was it, 1 or 2 good years in WWE with Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and everyone else at that table as your filter, and you got crowned the king of creative by WCW. And what happened to that company in the months and years that would follow? It went down. It failed. You failed as a booker. You went to TNA and you somehow managed to take all these great talent that TNA had, get yourself fired time after time again. Book some of the worst crap that I find hilarious sometimes.
Oh, some of it's hilarious.
Because
it's very funny.
It's like WCW 1995 levels of bad. Like, it's so funny, terrible. You have to laugh at it. But I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm done. I'm sorry, Trevor. I don't know how I got on that tangent.
Hey, it deserved to happen.
This man said, Tony, I book wrestling better than Tony Khan. All right,
I do better.
And you got Glenn Gilberti. Oh yeah, he does. I know he does. Kermit the Frog looking. Anyway, Trevor, what are you watching these days, my guy?
I was actually watching an old RH match from 08 with Tyler Black, Brian Dennison, and very young Kenny Omega. It was a 3-way for the belt. It's really good, actually.
You want to know something hilarious? So I was with Kenny Baum, and he was like, when Riho came out, he was like, "Oh, is that the little girl that Kenny Omega wrestled in Japan?" And I was like, "No, bro." Although I did watch a match where Kenny Omega wrestled a broom, and it was a really good match.
Yeah. He put on a good match.
You know, my to this day, my favorite like gimmick match was the Invisible Stan versus the Invisible Dan.
Yeah, that's still a good one. That's still a very good one.
Bryce Remsburg deserved an Emmy for that one. But yeah, no, that's good. Myself, I'm watching a lot of I'm not afraid to say it. I watch Love Is Blind. I binged that thing.
Dude, I actually watched that as well.
These people are crazy. They need therapy.
Dude, they're absolutely
insane.
I
don't. I do, but it's crazy, bro. I would never agree to go on that show.
No. I actually watched the musical version of Mean Girls not so long ago too.
Ooh, I heard that's good.
It actually is, surprisingly enough. It's actually pretty good.
You want to hear something hilarious though, Trev?
What?
You know where the next season of Love Is Blind is taking place?
Is it DC or Baltimore?
DC, bro. They in the district. They already filmed it. But
okay.
Bro, so many people are going to be unemployed by the time that is. Because in DC, your appearance on Love Is Blind could be a job killer. And I'm not saying that's how it should be.
No, but it could be, yeah.
But it's, bro, it gets wild.
Yeah, oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, as big as, like, government is here, oh, absolutely.
And on that note...
We're out of here, guys.
I got to run, like, literally run. But, guys, be sure to follow Trevor on the Big X. Follow him at TREVERTAINMENT. That is TREVERTAINMENT. Be sure to go over to youtube.com/@OT Graps. Subscribe for all wonderful stuff. We just had if you haven't watched, obviously, Dark Side of the Ring, the Terry Gordy episode comes out today. You want to preview that? It's up on the channel. That's doing great numbers right now. All the Dark Side content is doing great numbers.
Yeah,
so
it's doing really well, actually.
So we're going to continue to push those Dark Side of the Ring things
absolutely.
out. But, yeah, guys. Trevor, anything else you want to
say? Not much. Have a good week.
Hey, have a good week.
Have a good week.
Hey, what do you want? Gabagool. Well, guys, appreciate all of you. Till next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.
Love those who are far, hug those who are close. And just like I said before, have a good week, guys. Love yourself, love your friends. Enjoy it.
Brian Danielson doesn't know professional wrestling. Ah!